A few years ago, I went to this private invite-only business event, and the main speaker came up to talk, and I felt that this cat was not as sharp as me. Yeah, he was the main speaker. He had everybody's attention, and they were fully engaged, asking him all types of questions. And here's the thing I realized about that situation that I never said out loud. At that event, I was sitting there wondering a couple things to myself. How does this dude have everybody's attention and I don't? If that guy did it, how come I haven't? Now, years later, here's what I've come to realize about that version of me. I wasn't as envious of his results as I was envious of his clarity. A long time ago, he had picked a thing, committed to it long enough to be known for it, and at that stage, he was being rewarded for that clarity. In that same time frame, I had 3 or 4 businesses going, nothing really moving, and at the end of the day, my reward was a perpetual to-do list. Now, here's the part that I never really would have ever said out loud. I was afraid to pick something because if I picked a thing, and let's say it didn't go bonkers and it didn't quite, poop the bed, I just was ordinary. So now I commit to something and I become ordinary. My mind couldn't handle that because for years I've been telling myself the best version of me from a business standpoint is yet to come. And if I pick something and give it my best and it lands in the middle, wouldn't know what to do. And here's something else I had to accept. That best version of me, that version I keep telling myself about, that version's got a timer on it. I'm getting old, bro. There's a point where you go from the guy with all the potential to the guy who just didn't do it. So I picked a lane. Didn't have some grand plan, shut everything else down and picked a lane. I just couldn't keep telling myself the story about who I could be when the timer is ticking. So here's something that changed. I don't open my laptop anymore wondering about what 50 things I got to do. I know what needs to be done. I don't have 10 half-built businesses anymore. My focus is clear, and that alone changed everything. So now when I'm in a room with people who are much further along with me, I no longer ask why them and not me. Because I know part of that reason is that they had clarity much sooner than I did, and they took action. While back in the day, I was fuzzy and trying to protect my ego. Look, man, if you can relate to this, tell me which part, because I want to see if I'm reading this whole situation right.